Hello and welcome to the 2017 First Quarter Michigan Credit Union League Priority Report. In addition to my monthly priority report, each quarter we provide MCUL members with an expanded update on our progress and accomplishments year to date and a look ahead to the future. In this report, we'll cover current issues and activities as well as future priorities for the League and the Credit Union National Association. Then we'll give a brief update on CU Solutions Group and finally a short financial recap for the MCUL. But I want to start by going over some highlights from the most recent NCUA call report data for the fourth quarter of 2016. You can find the full report on the MCUL website under the Industry Data and Analysis tab. So Michigan credit unions reported a 0.7% increase in total membership growth in the fourth quarter of 2016, a bit slower than the 1.2% surge reported in the prior quarter, but marginally higher than the 0.6% increase in the fourth quarter of 2015. So the annualized 2.8% fourth quarter increase in membership greatly exceeded the state's meager 0.1% full-year population growth for 2016, reported by the U.S. Census Bureau. So memberships in Michigan credit unions increased by 3.6% in total last year. When compared to prior calendar year results, this increase is the fastest membership growth seen since 1987, when membership increased by 4.5%. So Michigan credit unions now report 5.05 million members in the state of Michigan, a total which is equal to just under half of the state's population. Pretty impressive. So our industry continues to have a lot to be proud of with regard to growing membership and giving more Michigan consumers access to affordable financial services. Michigan's credit unions' loan portfolios grew by 2.4% in the fourth quarter. That, on an annualized basis, that's 9.6%. Very strong growth in the final quarter of last year. While this was a bit slower than the third quarter, which was 3.3% just for the quarter, this result outpaced the fourth quarter of last year, 2015, which was 1.8%. Overall, credit union loan growth in the state of Michigan increased 11.5% in the calendar year 2016. Very strong, very impressive. The last time that the full year loan growth exceeded this pace was all the way back in 1994, when our state's credit unions reported a very strong 15.9% jump in outstanding loans. So looking forward, CUNA expects continued solid loan portfolio growth for credit unions across the country and in Michigan, even if, and not just if, but even when short-term interest rates resume their modest march higher, as we're all expecting. As for asset quality on the balance sheet, delinquency rates edged up marginally from 0.73 at the end of September to 0.77 at year end. Not much of a change. And likewise, the net charge-off rates inched up from 0.43% annualized to 0.52% in the final quarter. So clearly, credit unions have a lot of untapped lending capacity, and certainly, at least in aggregate, credit unions could afford to put more lending risk on their balance sheets. Strong loan growth pushed the Michigan credit union community's loan-to-savings ratio up from 74.3 to 74.6% at year end. Loan growth helped to ensure healthy earnings results in this state as well. Michigan credit unions reported annualized return on assets income at the 0.66% level for the year. That nearly matched the prior year, 0.68%. So Michigan credit unions' earnings have been averaging 0.6% as an ROA over the past decade. So we're very much in line with that. The strong earnings helped to keep Michigan credit unions' aggregate net worth ratio at 11.6% during the fourth quarter, a reading that is both a bit higher than the 10.9% national average ratio, as well as it's well above the 7% threshold that is required by regulators to deem credit unions well capitalized. So that's been the case for a number of years, that the real message is Michigan's credit unions continue to have net worth ratios higher than the national average and continue to build that net worth slightly year over year. So to sum it up for 2016, Michigan's credit unions are continuing their strong membership, loan and asset growth, and their deposit growth, leading to steady, strong earnings and net worth ratios. However, there continues to be great excess capacity for lending and more lending risk, at least for most credit unions. So there are the highlights on the financial performance metrics for Michigan's credit unions. Now, Before I turn to Ken Ross, our EVP and Chief Operating Officer, to give an update on MCUL's efforts in areas of advocacy, information, cooperative advertising, and compliance support, I want to say that as we head into the second quarter of this year, we're happy, very happy with our high rates of affiliation and engagement for Michigan credit unions, so I thank you for that. And we also completed a very successful CUNA GAC, and we're planning for our state GAC as we speak here. And we've raised the funds needed this year for another very successful CU-Link cooperative advertising campaign. So we appreciate very much the strong support from our credit unions, and we look forward to seeing most of you at our upcoming annual convention and exposition in Grand Rapids in June. We're working very hard on the MCUL and on the CUST side to deliver high-quality advocacy, cooperative advertising, education, and compliance offerings through the League, as well as technology, marketing, and HR performance solutions through CUSG to our Michigan credit union community, and in the case of CUSG, nationally. So now I'd like to turn to Ken Ross to provide some details on the results through the first quarter of 2017, as well as giving you a glimpse of our priorities for the rest of the year.
Thanks, Dave. We've kicked off 2017 with the surge of grassroots advocacy events throughout Michigan, focused on key members of the state legislature and our entire congressional delegation. The UP chapter of credit unions recently hosted a breakfast where several state lawmakers attended and heard the complete rundown of our 2017 legislative priorities. The Oakland chapter of credit unions also had Congresswoman Brenda Lawrence at their annual chapter meeting as a guest speaker. Now our team, as well as credit union leaders, have had the opportunity to meet with Congressman Dan Kildee and Dave Trott, both members of the House Financial Services Committee. These local events allow the League and our members the chance to promote legislative priorities with key lawmakers. All these individual meetings in Michigan were in addition to those we held in Washington, D.C. during the CUNA GAC, where we had 137 credit union advocates joining 5,000 more from around the nation to make our voices heard on Capitol Hill. Now looking forward, the League is meeting scheduled with Congressman Bill Huizenga and Freshman Jack Bergman at our state GAC at the end of this month. We look forward to this event every year as it presents the League and our members with an important grassroots opportunity to interact with key state lawmakers, including members of the Financial Services Committee. This year, we're looking forward to featuring both Freshman Financial Services Chair Diana Farrington and Lieutenant Governor Brian Calley. Now, the MCUL GAC also provides Michigan credit unions a platform to educate their lawmakers on important issues like data breaches and how they're impacting their institution. This issue will be a hot topic for discussion this year as MCUL-supported data breach legislation is currently being drafted by Senate Banking Chairman Darwin Boer. This legislation will be introduced because MCUL decided it was time for Michigan to focus on finding state solutions to the data breach issue after years of congressional inaction. Now, credit unions have been hammered by Home Depot, Target, Wendy's, and now Arby's, and we're hearing loud and clear that enough is enough. We're also focused on a number of other issues such as tow truck lien holder notification and electronic notarization. In the coming months, MCUL will be watching the payday lenders very closely as they once again try to get legislation introduced and passed to allow for bigger loans over a longer term with triple-digit interest rates. Now, at the federal level in Congress, healthcare reform is still in the mix, as is tax reform, and pulling together an infrastructure package is also on the horizon. We've received several statements from our members of our congressional delegation supporting our not-for-profit status. And as you know, the ultimate shape of any regulatory relief is being debated currently in the U.S. House Financial Services Committee. While the exact contents of the legislation is still unclear, MCUL and CUNA are focused on providing credit unions with relief from CFPB oversight and rulemaking through the Campaign for Common Sense regulation. We're also strongly backing legislation that would allow loans made on 1 to 4 non-owner-occupied residential units to be classified as residential loans. This would allow credit unions to treat these loans in the same way that banks do and take these loans out from under the credit union's member business lending cap. Now, as the League focuses on these priorities in the second quarter of 2017, we'll be asking credit unions to help us communicate these issues with every member of Congress. I hope you'll consider joining us in September for the Hike to Hill as we carry these issues to Washington, D.C. Now, shifting to regulatory affairs. Over the past 2 quarters, MCOL, together with DIFS and the NCUA, have hosted 4 regulator roundtables across the state of Michigan. These meetings provide credit union attendees with the opportunity to ask questions to the regulators in an informal setting. DIFS and the NCUA also provide updates on what they're looking for and seeing from credit unions from every corner of the state of Michigan, and what their exam focus will be over the next 12 to 18 months. Attendees have been very pleased with these meetings and appreciate the opportunity to ask questions freely. Our regulatory affairs staff continue to work with CUSG on revisions to destination compliance, the total compliance solution incorporating League Info Site, CU Policy Pro, Comply Site, CUNA's compliance resources, and compliance consulting. A work group has been meeting with a number of credit unions to obtain their feedback on what they would like to see in an all-in-one compliance resource. Now, a number of these enhancements are being made based on the focus group input, including a robust search feature and the creation of a forum for Michigan credit unions to ask questions and share information resources. Site layout enhancements are also in the works based on credit union feedback. Now, looking ahead, following a successful update to the Michigan Credit Union Act, we're working on a modernization of the credit union bylaws for state chartered credit unions. Our next step will be to meet with DIFS to discuss proposed amendments to the bylaws, including removing duplication between the bylaws and the Michigan Credit Union Act, as well as other areas of key importance identified by the committee. Now, as you know, the Michigan Credit Union Foundation's fundraising efforts have been successful so far this year, but the foundation is still looking for more credit union and chapter support to help fund community reinvestment and financial education grants and activities. These include financial reality fairs and individual grants that help people, families, and communities feel the credit union difference. So far, about 44% of Michigan credit unions and 6 chapters have made donations, and we've raised just over $91,000 in 2017. Now, the goal is to raise and distribute $150,000 this year to help credit unions. And finally, before you know it, June will be here, and our annual convention and exposition will be here as well. The MCUL and CUSG are focused on our largest annual event, which is now just over a month away. The event promises to be 3 days of education, networking, and entertainment, a celebration of the great work you all do around the state of Michigan. We have a pretty incredible lineup, including the founder and CEO of PayPal, Dan Schulman, and one of CNN's 10 visionary women in the world, Veronica Scott. Alongside these dynamic guests, MCUL will announce new and upcoming MCUL and CUSG products and initiatives, such as the 2018 CU Link campaign. I want to once again encourage you to register and join us June 7th through the 10th at the Amway Grand Plaza Hotel and DeVos Place in downtown Grand Rapids. I hope to see you there. Now back to you, Dave.
Thank you, Ken. We're proud at MCUL to be a part of helping credit unions to serve, grow, and remain strong so that we can have an impact on people's lives. That's our vision statement, as you know, and we work hard internally and in the way that we deliver our services to credit unions to help achieve that every day. We're very proud of that. So as I mentioned at the beginning of this report, our Q4 data from last year is showing once again that credit unions are needed by consumers and small businesses now more than ever. And the Michigan Credit Union League and CUNA are so honored to provide support for this great credit union movement that we're all a part of. With credit unions here in Michigan seeing so much financial success, I'm pleased now to share that MCUL likewise has had strong financial performance last year and continuing this year. Thanks in no small part to our subsidiary, CU Solutions Group. CUSG is reporting strong financial results for last year and so far this quarter. That in turn benefits our member credit unions and our CUSG shareholders, who by the way include many Michigan-based credit unions. So the MCUL's member net assets all the assets owned by our member credit unions, grew in the first quarter by 2%, and our very low dues structure is complemented and assisted by the fact that MCUL owns 2/3 of CUSG and is able to pick up the income from CUSG as a means of funding our operation at MCUL. As you know, the League derives less than 5% of its total funding from credit union member dues. The vast majority of funding for MCUL's operation comes from our investment returns on our stock and bond portfolio and our private investment returns, primarily our investment in CU Solutions Group. So as CUSG's financial performance goes and as the investment markets go, so go MCUL's ability to maintain a strong capital base and grow it slightly year over year. The bottom line is that we appreciate our Michigan Credit Union community's support for CUSG. We value the fact that you give us consideration when you're looking at technology, marketing, and HR performance solutions so that we can provide high quality services to you, but also help CUSG be financially successful, which then helps us have a low cost, high value trade association. That wraps up the MCUL section of this quarterly report, but there are a lot of great things happening also at CUSG specifically. So now let me turn to Drew Egan for an update on CUSG and how it's helping to support MCUL's mission and provide great value for our Michigan credit unions.
Thanks, Dave. We've all witnessed changes to the financial services industry brought on by technology. These changes tend to happen in small incremental shifts, but at some point, when we stop to look back, these small shifts have completely changed the landscape of our industry. This is why CU Solutions Group has been focused on reinvention the past several years, so that our technology, marketing, and performance solutions are not only capable of keeping credit unions relevant, but to make sure that they are capable of helping credit unions become preferred financial institutions of our members. With that in mind, we have some exciting new developments to share. As many of you already know, CUSG acquired a majority share of CU Wallet during the first quarter of 2017. We've been working with the Los Angeles-based tech team, and together we've created a new company with a new strategic vision, LifeStep Solutions, led by our product development and technology solutions teams. We're in the process of designing the LifeSteps Wallet mobile application. The app is designed to enhance your credit union's mobile offerings while matching your products and other relevant solutions with major life events happening in your members' lives. The first release and development focuses on shopping, home and auto, and consumer protection resources. It will include functions like mobile payments, card-linked offers, exclusive discounts on products and services, merchant locators, and other useful tools. This app will also aggregate a whole host of functionality already popular with consumers. When branded for your credit union, the app is designed to keep you top of wallet and top of mind. Dave Adams will be sharing specifics during a major launch at this year's AC&E in Grand Rapids. But in the meantime, you can visit lifestepsolutions.com for more details. Our Marketing Solutions division also made progress this past quarter with its digital advertising capabilities. The Focus IQ marketing team has developed a sound formula that combines strategy development, media purchasing, online advertising, and social media. They've been working with credit unions across the country and have had a great deal of success engaging consumers. This quarter, the Love My Credit Union Rewards team launched its new and improved Sprint Credit Union Member Cash Rewards program. Through March, more than 75,000 lines were added to the program, and it's plain to see why. Members receive $100 cash rewards for every new line activated through Sprint, as well as $50 annual loyalty rewards every year for every line. Credit union reception has also been positive because of the new sales and activation tracking and a wholly simplified process. During the first quarter, our Performance Solutions division placed a great deal of emphasis on creating new resources for credit unions, developing HR content centered on compensation and performance management, the team has been developing a library of quick and easy to absorb videos, articles, and tutorials. If your credit union's HR team would benefit from new insights in employee engagement, benefits, pay, or human resources in general, connect with HR Performance Solutions on LinkedIn, Facebook, and Twitter. The division is sharing new content on a regular basis. Finally, as always, our Michigan Solutions team has been hard at work on the road engaging credit unions across the state. In addition to leading discussions at February's Compliance Conference and March's Lending and Marketing Conference, the team toured Michigan with their always popular Lunch and Learn sessions. The first quarter Lunch and Learns focused on lending and features COSG partners Spirion, Meridian Link, and Auto Financial Group. While all our lending partners were well received, Spirion's Gold Star lender generated a great deal of interest with our credit unions. Gold Star Lender is a collateral management system that uses GPS technology to protect your credit union's asset. It allows you to expand your portfolio by lending to members with less than ideal credit. It mitigates risk and provides consumers with an alternative to predatory lenders, all in one device. Again, our goal is to help credit unions serve, grow, and remain strong so that you can make an impact on people's lives. As we move through the year, we'll continue to collaborate with our clients to ensure that we're providing the right solutions to meet your needs. If you have questions or suggestions on how we can better meet your needs, feel free to contact me or any member of our leadership team. Thanks again for joining us.
Thank you, Drew and Ken. I know we've covered a lot of ground in this report, but I hope you've found this quarterly update valuable. It's part of our continued effort to be transparent with our members, our customers on the CUSG side, about our priorities and our focus moving forward. We have a very dedicated team of staff and board members working on your behalf, and we remain very positive as we look to the future, working with CUNA, our major national partner, our sister leagues, with our investors, with our customers, and certainly our member credit unions in Michigan. Our goal as an association is to remove barriers, to promote the credit union difference, to provide great solutions in cooperation with CUSG for service excellence, and to provide credit unions with a total compliance solution that we brand as Destination Compliance. Thank you for your continued support, and thank you for watching.